Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. UPI reported on May 20 that the European Council and Parliament have agreed to move forward with the Turnberry Agreement on trade with the United States. This trade deal was initially brokered last summer during President Donald Trump's visit to Turnberry, Scotland. A key component of the provisional agreement reached on Tuesday includes a dedicated safeguard mechanism designed to allow the EU to suspend tariff reductions if they are found to harm domestic producers within the bloc. This safeguard can be triggered by a request from 3 or more member states, EU industry, trade unions, or the European Commission. The Turnberry Agreement is set to eliminate tariffs on most U.S. industrial goods imported into Europe. The initial negotiations followed a threat from President Trump in early May to raise tariffs to significantly higher levels if a trade deal was not secured by July 4. While the European Commission has assured lawmakers that the U.S. will maintain its commitment to cap tariffs at 15%, some members of the European Parliament have expressed concerns that the deal is unbalanced, especially given the increased U.S. tariffs on EU goods. The EU also committed to investing $600 billion in U.S. strategic sectors by 2028 and purchasing $750 billion worth of American energy. Prosecutors in Croatia have launched an investigation into 2 tourists, an Austrian national and another unidentified individual, for their alleged involvement in sniper tours during the siege of Sarajevo in the 1990s. The allegations stem from a book by Croatian journalist Domagoj Margatek, which claims an Austrian, possibly an aristocrat nicknamed Count, participated in these tours. Reports suggest European tourists paid to shoot civilians, including children, in the war-torn city. This investigation is part of ongoing efforts to uncover potential war crimes, as Italian authorities have also questioned their citizens regarding similar human safaris. Al-Mazadik, former Austrian justice minister, condemned such acts as unimaginably cruel and a profound contempt for humanity, emphasizing the victims' right to truth and justice. The notorious Sniper Alley streets in Sarajevo saw intense shooting during the siege, which concluded in 1995, leaving thousands dead. This news was reported by Metrogrados.hu correspondent. Al Jazeera reports that North Korea's Naekyang Women's FC has made a historic stride, reaching the AFC Women's Champions League final after a thrilling 2-1 victory over South Korea's Suwon FC Women. This marks the first time a North Korean sports team has visited the South in 8 years, adding significant geopolitical interest to the match. The hard-fought semi-final, played amidst torrential rain in Suwon, saw Naekyang come from behind to secure their win, despite a missed penalty by Suwon captain Ji So-yoon in the final minutes. The emotional aftermath featured North Korean players hugging and weeping tears of joy, while their South Korean counterparts dejectedly slumped to the turf. Naekyang's Chue Kum-ok, who scored the equalizer, emphasized the team's unity as key to their success. They are now set to face Japan's Tokyo Verdy Beleza in Saturday's final at the same stadium. Public interest was intense, with 7,087 tickets selling out rapidly. Though inclement weather meant many seats remained empty, the game was characterized by fast-paced and fair play from both sides. The United States has imposed sanctions on 4 activists involved in flotilla missions seeking to break Israel's 19-year siege on Gaza. Washington accused organizers without providing evidence of supporting Hamas. Activists and rights advocates condemned the sanctions as an attempt to criminalize humanitarian solidarity, stating that such accusations are propaganda used to justify crackdowns. The sanctions can freeze assets and prohibit U.S. citizens from doing business with the targeted individuals, making it difficult for them to access financial systems. Previous flotilla campaigns have often been intercepted by Israel, with past raids resulting in casualties. International groups and several governments have condemned the actions, viewing them as a violation of international law and an attempt to cover up Israeli actions in Gaza. Organizers vow to continue their efforts using new strategy. Al Jazeera reports that the World Health Organization WHO has updated figures for the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Uganda, stating there are now 600 suspected cases and 139 suspected deaths. Following a meeting in Geneva, USTrade Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus confirmed the virus remains a public health emergency of international concern, though not a pandemic. He added that the risk of the epidemic is considered high at national and regional levels but low globally. Previous figures reported by DRC officials indicated 131 deaths from 513 suspected cases. The current outbreak caused by the Bundibugyo strain, for which no vaccine or treatment exists, emerged just 5 months after the DRC declared its previous Ebola epidemic over. Two experts believe a suspected superspreader event occurred at a funeral or healthcare facility. European Union officials emphasize that the risk of an outbreak in Europe remains very low. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.